Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and Pokemon fans of the Christmas world, Mega Crashers here to bring you guys a very, very special video that is going to be revolving around the Christmas spirit. So sit back, relax, drink some eggnog, maybe splash a little bit of vodka, and if you're old enough to drink, get some popcorn, kick your feet up, sit back, relax, and enjoy this video, because I got a feeling that you guys are going to love this. What I present to you guys is going to be a Rate My Team / team building video followed up with some action. So as you see right here, I took 6 Pokemon that I felt embodied the Christmas spirit in some way, shape, and form. So with that being said, let's get right into this. So, the first Pokemon that I have right here is going to be ShadyPenguin, the Delibird. Shouts out to you, my man. I hope you have a wonderful Christmas. And also, congratulations, by the way, on your recent proposal. I mean, damn, man. I don't know what to say other than I am damn proud of you guys. Woo! So, whoa! Okay, so, the first member we got here is going to be Delibird. Now, I know what y'all are thinking. What the fuck are you thinking about using old Delibird there, Mega Crasher? Well, here's the thing. This team is not meant to be taken serious, okay? This is not a serious competitive team. This is meant to be fun. Okay, so let's take off the competitive helmets for this video and just have fun with this. So the first Pokemon that I have, like I said, is going to be Delibird. And this right here is going to be, well, most likely and always is going to be my lead in this situation, because we are carrying the Focus Sash. And what this does is it allows for you to survive any one-hit KO move that would otherwise, well, one-hit KO you if you were at full health. And with Focus Sash, you don't get knocked down in one hit, so that's always good. So up next, we got Vital Spirit, which means that this Pokemon cannot be fallen asleep. Which means, hey, Darkrai. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. You like to spam your Dark Void, eh? Well, I'm afraid that Vital Spirit says, fuck you to Dark Void. Yes! So, let's see the first move here. We got Spikes. And what Spikes is going to do is it's going to allow for you to set up a layer of entry hazards that will hurt grounded Pokemon. And this is a great, great entry hazard because it does not care about the types. It just takes away a fixed amount of damage, and it also breaks things like Focus Sashes, like Sturdies, all that good stuff. Like, any residual damage is good residual damage, in my opinion. Up next, we got the Rapid Spin. And what Rapid Spin does is, even though it's a technical attacking move, what this does is it blows away entry hazards on your side of the field, meaning that if your opponent was to spam your side of the field with entry hazards, excuse me, got a little bit tongue-tied there, your side of the field with entry hazards, and you just simply spin like a helicopter on steroids. And they go away. They go away! And up next, I decided to go with Icy Wind, because even though Icy Wind is a weaker ice-type move in comparison to, say, Freeze Dry or Ice Beam, the reason I have Icy Wind, okay? Check me out. The reason I got Icy Wind is so that this drops your opponent's speed stat by 1 stage, which can be very, very vital, because what I'm thinking is that I can use Icy Wind and drop their speed stat by 1 stage, and that could potentially force a switch out. And if that's the case, if Delibird happens to go down and their speed stat is still dropped and they still haven't switched out, I could bring in Xerneas and then be able to try and set up for a sweeping victory. But that's all in theory. We gotta practice that first. And then lastly, we got Destiny Bond. And Destiny Bond, oh buddy, is a great, great move to pretty much guarantee a 1v1. That is if you outspeed the Pokemon. So what Destiny Bond does is you go ahead and you use it, and if you get knocked out in the same turn, then Destiny Bond kicks in, and while you go down, the opponent goes down too. You take it down with you, down straight to the depths of hell. And then we got the EV spread right here. We got a Timid Nature so that we can be as fast as possible. We're going to be going max special attack, max speed, and forward to defense, and it's pretty much just going to be balls to walls, max speed, max special attack, because we do want to have a little bit of power in our Icy Winds. I mean, hey, like, we got to have some power in ShadyPenguin, right? Come on, bro. So, that wraps up member number 1. Let's go to member number 2. Light it up! Woo! And this right here is what's going to light up the competition, because we got Xerneas, the deer with the antlers of the rainbows, which also resemble Christmas tree lights. So there you go. The item I got is going to be the Power Herb. And what Power Herb does is it allows for you to consume it so that way you do not have to spend a turn being vulnerable and charging up for a move. And this goes very well with Geomancy, which I will get to in a split second. Up next, we got Fairy Aura, which is its only ability, and what this does is it boosts the power of Fairy-type moves from all sides of the field by 33.3%, which is actually pretty damn awesome. So there you go. And then Geomancy, which is going to be the move that makes it the creamiest of the crop when it comes to battling. What this does is it boosts your special attack, your special defense, and your speed by 2 stages. But see, it takes 2 turns. It takes 2 turns to do that, right? Not with Power Herb. Power Herb kicks right the fuck in, and you pretty much are good to go and good to sweep. Geomancy Xerneas, woo! Damn, it's so powerful. The next move that we got is going to be the Moonblast. And what Moonblast does is it's a base 95 power special type attack that's a fairy move, and my god, does it ever hurt like a bitch. This hurts especially with the fact that it gets a Geomancy boost, and on top of that, by nature, Fairy Aura boost. So yeah, I mean, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt. And if that doesn't hurt, well then this sure as hell will. We got Psychic, and Psychic is a great move to have to be able to pretty much destroy anything that Moonblast can't. Now, there are a couple of other options, so just check me out here. We can go for something like maybe Thunderbolt, or maybe even Thunder, because now that we have Primal Groudon being somewhat of a problem now in the Ubers tier, we can go for Thunder and have more power, and because of Rain being in effect, Thunder is going to have a 100% chance to connect. And on top of that, a 30% chance to paralyze. But, you know, that's a very situational kind of thing, right? So, my preference, Thunderbolt, you know, a little bit less power, but reliable accuracy, and you're good. Up next, we're going to go for Hidden Power Ground. And this is what's pretty much going to lay the smack down on those Primal Groudon Aegislash's candy asses! Woo! Hidden Power Ground is going to destroy things that Moonblast and your coverage move can't. So, Hidden Power Ground is going to say goodbye to Primal Groudon. It's going to say goodbye to Aegislash. Aegislash, you thought that you could counter Xerneas, right? Well, not if it has Hidden Power Ground. You get destroyed, son. Destroyed! Woo! So the EV spread here is going to be a little bit of a complex EV spread right here, but just check me out, okay? Check me out. Okay, so we're going to go for a Modest Nature to allow it to have max special attack naturally, and the EV spread is going to work out like this. So we got 184 into its HP, we got 28, into its defense, 252 into its special attack, and 44 into its speed. Now the reason for this is because we want to be as relatively bulky while being as, you know, relatively fast as possible with Geomancy. And I do say relatively because obviously you're not as fast as possible unless you have like a timid nature and max out the speed or whatever. But this right here allows for it to have better potential overall because this thing is bulky naturally too. So why not take advantage of it? You know, it's a pretty tough thing to be able to one-shot this thing. I don't think I've ever seen any Pokemon be able to one-shot Xerneas without any sort of stat boosts. So, yeah, there you go. And you notice that the IVs are 30 in special attack and special defense. That's so that you can have Hidden Power Ground. So, that's pretty much it for member number 2. Let's go to member number 3. And member number 3 is going to be Sawsbuck, aka aDrive. aDrive, this is a shout out to you too, my man. I seen that video where you and the Pokemon Professor kind of collabed, and you were a Deerling. Well, allow for me to use Sawsbuck and name it after you. Because, hey, Deerling is the pre-evolved form of Sawsbuck. So, that being said, let's move on. So, we got a Choice Scarf to allow you to lock yourself into one move, but boost the speed stat by 1 stage. And, you know, considering that the Ubers tier is going to be chock full of Pokemon with very speedy stats, hey, we're going to need as much juice as possible. Up next, we're going to go for Sap Sipper. And what Sap Sipper does is it makes you have a Grass-type immunity and boosts your attack stat by 1 stage whenever you get hit by a Grass-type move. So that means any Spore users can go itself. But, and I do say but, very, very loosely, You can go for something like Chlorophyll if you want, and go for a choice band, because we do have Primal Groudon, which is actually quite common in the Ubers here. So if we go for something like, say, Chlorophyll, and have a choice band, this allows for you to be locked into a move, but have 50% more attack power, and Chlorophyll doubles your speed under the effects of sunlight. So, I mean, that's pretty much a free shift gear, I think that is. Like, that's the equivalent of it anyways. So anyways, the first move we got is going to be Double Edge. Double Edge is base 120 power, normal type move, and it has quite the nasty recoil, but let me tell you something, when it hits nasty, it hurts. Up next, we got Horn Leech, because Horn Leech is a physical grass type move, base 75 power, and what this does is it's a physical type Giga Drain, which means that half the damage you inflict gets converted back into health. That's pretty damn cool, don't you think? Up next, we're going to go for something like Baton Pass, because Baton Pass, what this does is it allows for you to strategically switch out. And what I mean by that, just check me out. So, say if a Pokemon was to outspeed you, and they make their move, and say if you somehow live, what you can do is Baton Pass. So in other words, you'll be slowly switching out, and you can switch into a Pokemon that's going to have the type advantage against that Pokemon, and obviously they're going to switch out, and that gives you the advantage in terms of either setting up or being a move ahead of them or whatever. Yeah, that's just my preference right there. I mean, you can go for something like Toxic, and there's other moves too that it can use. So let's just go ahead and just take a look. Like, see, we can use something like Mega Horn, we can use Bounce. It doesn't get any rock-type moves, which fucking sucks. So, I mean, like, we don't have a chance to be able to smash up Ho-Oh with this Pokemon. But, that's okay. So, let's go to the next move, and that's going to be Jump Kick. Jump Kick is a very solid base 100 fighting-type move with 95% accuracy, excuse me. And, it hits a lot less harder than High Jump Kick, but it has a little bit better accuracy. However, has the same sort of recoil, which means that if you miss, that means that half of your health goes bye-bye. Done, son! Woo! So, let's take a look at the EV spread right here. We're going to go with the Jolly Nature to allow for you to have as much speed as possible. We're going to be 252 attack, 252 speed, 4 special defense, just pretty much balls to walls, we're going to be going for something like this. Now, if we're going to be going for something like Chlorophyll, okay, we're going to go for Chlorophyll. Then we can go for something like an Adamant Nature. That way, with a Choice Band and Adamant Nature, like, let's see, you got 328 attack points. Multiply that by 1.5, and let me see, you got close to 475 on the attack stat. I think I might have actually done the math wrong. I do apologize for that, but you're in the very, very, very high 400s. Like, it's crazy. That's like Uber's power right there, pretty much. But other than that, you pretty much have no other way of setting up, and you're pretty much going to have to rely on that raw power. And this right here is something that I would use late game, like after your opponents have been completely worn down, and they're like, on their last legs or whatever. You can pretty much use aDrive to come in and just clean up. Clean up like an angry janitor on steroids. Up next, we got Marty Bell, the Pikachu. Marty Bell, well, I named this after a wrestler who was on TNA. And yeah, so anyways, Marty Bell, the Pikachu Bell. This right here is, for me anyways, this here does resemble the Christmas spirit, because when you think about this Pokemon, this version of Pikachu, excuse me, gets Icicle Crash, which is an Ice-type move, and Ice happens to be a type that embodies the spirit of winter. So I figured, you know what, because of the design, because of how it's dressed, and because of the fact that it gets Icicle Crash, I'm like, alright, you know what, let's throw this on. Let's give this a shot. So, we got Light Ball, and Light Ball is pretty much a must on this thing, because what this does is it doubles the attack and special attack power, literally, of Pikachu. So, this thing right off the bat is going to have an insane amount of power. Insane. We're going to be using Lightning Rod as a way to be able to absorb electric-type attacks, and boost your special attack up by 1 stage. So, that's actually pretty good. You could switch in on a Zekrom's Bolt Strike, and pretty much threatened out, unless, of course, that thing is Scarfed. You don't want to be You don't want to be facing off against this thing when it can just outrage your face off and pretty much eat you alive. So yeah. So we got Thunder Punch as its first move. Now you can go for something like Thunderbolt if you want, or even Thunder, because this is going to be somewhat of a mixed attacking Pikachu, right? So you can go for something like Thunderbolt or Thunder Punch. Let's just, for simplicity's sake, let's go for Thunderbolt. So up next we got Icicle Crash, and Icicle Crash is a base 85 power move with a 9% accuracy, and it actually has a 30% chance to flinch, so that's actually really good. That's so damn good. And then, not to mention it forms great coverage with Electro-type moves, forming the infamous Bolt Beam combo, which is very, very tough to resist. And it's awesome. Up next, we're going to go for Grass Knot, as this is a great move to use in the Ubers tier, because you got a lot of heavy-set Pokemon. You got things like Primal Groudon, Primal Kyogre. Well, Grass Knot is a Grass-type move, and with Light Ball boosting, and with the fact that it gets boosted because of the fact that those Pokemon are heavy as fuck, you know, though Grass Knot is going to hurt like hell. It's going to hurt them. And then lastly, let's go for something like Knockoff, because Knockoff is just, it's a really good move to have, and Pikachu is fortunate enough to learn something like this. Not to mention it gives great coverage against Psychic-type Pokemon, and also adds the utility of being able to knock off the opponent's held items, which could pretty much put them in trouble, right? And the EV spread is going to be like this. Now, I got a hasty nature so that its offenses doesn't get hindered, and it's already glass cannon as it is. I mean, its defenses are garbage, pretty much, in the Ubers here, right? So, with this right here, let's go ahead and just play around with this a little bit. So, let me just kind of even things out. One sec here. One sec. There we go. Okay, so we can have something like this, so that way when Light Ball is in effect, 173 on the attack and special attack gets doubled, so that is 346 in both the attack and special attack, I think. I think that's how it's calculated anyways. But anyways, we're going to be maxing out speed regardless, and we're going to have 108 into the attack, 148 into special attack, 252 into speed, so that way you'll be able to outpace any speed positive base 90 speed Pokemon, such as, you know, Dialga, such as Reshiram, Zekrom, Pokemon like those. Up next, we got what I think is going to be the underdog star of this team, and that's going to be Christmas Tree OP, the Mega-Sceptile. You know what Mega-Sceptile looks like with the Christmas tree? Yeah, I mean, it has a Christmas tree for a tail, pretty much. The thing is awesome. So anyways, we're going to have Sceptile as its item of choice to allow it to achieve Mega Evolution. So, there you go. And then Overgrow is going to be its ability, and honestly, it doesn't matter which ability it has, because we're going to be Mega Evolving anyway, so it really, really doesn't matter. The first move that we got is going to be Substitute, and what Substitute does is it throws up a nice substitute for you, that way that you can be free from being status. And what this also does is it takes away 25% of your health, but it also allows for you to function somewhat as a pretty good scout, and you'll be able to see what the opponent wants to do, and then just go from there. Sceptile is pretty much a glass cannon, so Substitute is a pretty good move on it, because, just, like, I'm a fan of Substitute. Like I said, it protects you from things like statuses, it protects you from Trick, and even though it's a Mega Pokemon, and you can't trick away its held item anyways, you could go for something like Substitute regardless. But, I'm open-minded. If you want to go for something like, say, Giga Drain, which is a very, very good base 75 special attack grass-type move, which restores your HP from the damage that you end up inflicting, and what happens is 50% of the damage dealt gets restored in your health as health restoration. Now, you can actually, like, let's just go ahead and scroll down for a little bit. Let's scroll down for a sec. Does it learn any Rock-type moves? Yes, it does. We can go for something like Rock Slide to nail any Ho-Oh switch in, so that could be actually pretty good. So let's go for something like that. And up next, we got Leaf Storm, because Leaf Storm is just pretty much just going to be balls to walls, base 130 grass-type move, and it does drop your special attack stat by 2 stages, excuse me. So use this move sparingly. In other words, use it when you absolutely have to. Up next, we got Dragon Pulse, and because this thing Mega Evolves and gets a Dragon typing as well, Dragon Pulse is going to have Stab, which means it's going to hurt. Like hell. And then lastly, we got Focus Blast. Focus Blast is a very good way to nail any Steel-type switch-ins that could otherwise cause this set problems. Now, you could go for something like Earthquake to be able to hit Primal Groudon relatively hard, but then again, you know, we got Leaf Storm to target its rather weak special defense in comparison to its physical defense, which is pretty damn high. So, let's go ahead and take a look at the EV spread here. Now, because I changed Substitute into a physical type move, what we're going to do here is be able to get this here. So I had to fix up the attack IV here, and what this is it's going to be a hasty nature. Not that it really impacts Mega-Sceptile any, because its defenses kind of suck in the Ubers tier, if I'm going to be completely honest. So what this does is, upon Mega Evolving, you're going to have a relatively high physical attack at base 110. You're going to have an exceptionally high special attack at base 145. And you're going to have your speed at 145. So that means that you're going to be outspeeding a lot of things. So yeah. The EV spread going to be a hasty nature. That way your offensive stats don't get impacted negatively. And we're going to go 4 attack, 252 special attack, and 252 speed. Now this is a specially based mixed attacking set, which means that you're most likely going to be focusing on being a special attacker, but you do have that physical move just in case of emergencies, like Ho-Oh, for example, which could otherwise be a very, very big threat to this team. So, last, but certainly not the least, we got Christmas Candles, the Chandelure. This Pokemon right here also embodies the spirit of Christmas because, I mean, hell, hey, it's a chandelier. And I mean, chandeliers hanging over a nice big table filled with Christmas dinner. I mean, come on, you can't go wrong with that. That's awesome. That is absolutely awesome. So anyways, we're going to have a Choice Scarf in this set right here. What this does is it locks you into one move, but boosts your speed stat by 50%. And the ability is going to be Flash Fire. That way, any Fire-type moves that are directed your way gets absorbed, take no damage, and also it boosts your Fire-type moves up by 50%, which is actually really, really damn good. That means that, hey, any Pokemon like Primal Groudon, for example, even though it's part Fire-type and would resist Fire Blast, it's going to do a lot of damage to that really bad special attack in comparison. So, that's just something to keep in mind. The first move we got is going to be Trick, which allows for you to swap held items with your opponents, and that means that they're going to be locked into one move, and this is also a good way to cripple Pokemon that aren't too fond of having a choiced item as their forced item, we'll say. And I do say forced because they don't want to have something like that. I mean, hell, that sucks. I wouldn't want to be a support Pokemon suddenly being swapped a Scarf or a Band or whatever. It's like, come on, bro. I want to do my role. I want to know my role, shut my mouth, drink my milk, and be able to support my team. I ain't gonna do that. I'm not gonna be able to do that when I'm locked into one move. Fuck. So the next move that we got is going to be Fire Blast, and this is base 110 power with 85% accuracy, and it hurts. Especially with sunlight on the field, and just the fact that this thing has raw, natural base 145 special attack and just being absolutely amazingly hard-hitting, it's gonna hurt. Up next, we're gonna go for Shadow Ball, as it will complement its secondary stab. It's base 80 Ghost-type move, and it's going to deal some relatively hard damage to Psychic-type Pokemon that would otherwise threaten this team. You know, you got your Mega Mewtwo's, you got your Deoxys, and all that good stuff. So Shadow Ball definitely is a must on this thing. And then lastly, we got Memento. Now this right here is the kicker. Memento is something you normally don't see on Chandelure, but what happens is that when you use Memento, you of course sacrifice yourself, you faint, but you lower your opponent's attack and special attack by 2 stages. So this could actually be a really good way to also set up Xerneas. So say if you're faced off against a Pokemon that would otherwise threaten Xerneas with raw power, what'll happen is you'll use Memento, and then from there, you'll be able to easily send in Xerneas, and then you'll be able to pretty much proceed to set up and have not really that much problem. Whether it switches out or not, you know, you're going to have a free turn of setup, and it's pretty much just going to be GG from there. So the EV spread is going to work out like this. We're going to go for a Timid Nature, which means that you're going to have more speed, and with base 80 speed, with a timid nature and max investment, you're going to be hitting over 420 speed. So you are going to have some pretty amazing outspeeds, surprisingly enough, in the Ubers tier. So we're going to go max special attack, max speed, 4 special defense, and it's just pretty much going to be balls to walls, attacking power, and with a little bit of support in this as well. So, hope you guys enjoyed the first portion of the video. Let's go ahead and let's go to Anything Goes, because I want to have fun with this. I want people to bring what they got, and let's just have fun with this. So, with that being said, I'll be right back once we commence into a battle. So, thanks for watching the first part of the video. Now stay tuned for the second. Woo! Alright, ladies and gents, we are back. And we got a battle about to commence, so let's analyze this real quick. So we got, facing off against us, we got Pangoro, we got Zygarde. Woo! Zygarde, baby, yeah! We got, I think it's going to be Primal Groudon. We got what appears to be a Mega-Sceptile. We have a Milotic, and we have a Staraptor. Okay. So, we normally don't see Defog on Staraptor, so I can pretty much safely set up my entry hazards with ShadyPenguin and just go from there. So, let's go ahead and lead with ShadyPenguin. This is going to be good, friends. This is going to be good. So, let's go ahead and go for some spikes and just go from there. And it's got Fire Punch and the Sash up in this. Okay. So, let's go ahead and Destiny Bond him. Oh, this is going to be good. This is going to be good. He's not going to see this coming. Oh! What? Oh, shit. Okay, that was pretty crafty right there. Alright, so, let me see here. What should I do? What should I do? Well, ShadyPenguin pretty much can't do anything, so, yeah. And, of course, yeah, it's gonna go for a Rock Polish again, which, you know, is fine by me. I use Destiny Bond last, so he pretty much can't attack. And I don't see why he would want to, so I'm just gonna keep spamming Destiny Bond because, yeah, like, I want to... Okay, so now he's hone-clawsing me, alright. So, let's go ahead and go for some spikes. Alright. Fire Punch. Alright, so... Yeah, I kinda got fucked there. Which, you know, is whatever, that's fine. Now, I suppose the real question is, how the hell am I going to be able to outspeed this thing? How am I going to be able to outspeed this thing? I think I might have fucked it up here. I think oh, God. I think I might have actually, fucked things up here. But let's see here. What can I do? Alright, let's try Christmas candles. Christmas candles, please work your magic. Let's go for a Memento right off the bat. And the reason I want to go for Memento is to... Oh! Well, that's not gonna work. Alright, well... Suffice to say, I pretty much lost this battle, but you know what? Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. So, let's go into aDrive, or not aDrive, light it up! Let's light it up like a Christmas tree. Oh my god. Okay. What can I do here? I have absolutely no idea what I could do here. I don't think Hidden Power Ground will be able to take it out from full health. I really don't think... Oh! What? Oh my god! What the hell? Are you serious? What, but just why did it... It didn't even do that much. It did not even do that much. Are you serious? Oh my god. Holy shit. Oh my god. Okay. 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 Oh, man. Alright. Well, I don't exactly want to sacrifice Light It Up just yet, so... I'm sorry to do this, Marty Bell. I'm really sorry, but I'm afraid you're gonna have to... Wait a second, why, Oh, wait a second. Is this Pokemon fucking level 50? Are you serious? Are you serious? Wow. Level 50. That puts the opponent at an unfair advantage. I mean, god dang. That sucks. But let's take advantage. Let's go ahead and take advantage, and Zygarde goes down. I'm sorry, bro. You're my favorite 6th Gen Pokemon, but you have to go down! Oh my god! Yes! Are you serious? Are you serious? I didn't think I was gonna win that battle. But, lo and behold, it happened. It happened. Like, just... Can I see the levels here in the chat? Probably can't. No, I can't. I can't remember if the, like, if the Primal Ground was at full level 100, or if it was, like, you know, a level 50 or whatever. Like, oh my god. Well, I mean, I guess that's an example of what happens when you don't pay attention to the leveling system. I mean, you know, hate to say it, but, you know, kind of serves them proper. Anyways, wow. Okay, I didn't even expect to do well with this team, but I guess, you know, forfeit's a forfeit, so yeah. Anyways, guys, I think I'm gonna end things off right here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this Christmas-spirited video, and if you have, then please feel free to give this a thumbs up. And also be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to Mega Crasher in the community, because you already know the deal by now, friends. When we're a community as tightly packed and tightly knit as one, we shine brighter than the sun, baby! Woo! So thank you guys for watching, and I shall see you guys next upload! Woo!